Welcome to Hearing Aid Solutions. This is the first video in a series that we have produced to help answer questions you may have about current hearing aids. Today's video is going to discuss the types of hearing aids that are currently available. If you've ever looked into hearing aids for either yourself or a family member, perhaps you've come across one of the many acronyms that is used to describe the styles and types of current hearing aids. Acronyms like CIC, BTE, RIC, or ITE. Today we're going to explain what those acronyms stand for and give you a physical example of what that hearing aid would look like. The first hearing aid style we'll talk about is called a BTE, which stands for behind the ear, and it fits, as the name implies, behind the outer portion of the ear. It also requires, in most cases, a custom-fit ear mold attached to a tube that allows the sound to come from the hearing aid and travel down into the ear. So BTE stands for behind the ear. Next, as we get into custom hearing aid models, we talk about an ITE, or in the ear. A custom in the ear hearing aid will fit most of the inner bowl of the ear. You can see how it takes up the greater portion of the inside of the ear, but is custom fit to each individual. Next, we have an ITE, or in the ear, or at times called a canal hearing aid. Notice how it goes just a little bit further into the ear canal and takes up perhaps half of the space of the bowl of the ear. Finally, we have a CIC hearing aid, which stands for completely in the canal. Now, this hearing aid takes the smallest of batteries and goes deepest in the ear canal. And many of today's current technologies even allow for a smaller hearing aid than this, and even less noticeable depending on the size of each individual's hearing aid, or each individual's ear. A hearing aid that has become extremely popular in the last few years is what's called an RIC, or receiver in the canal. With a hearing aid of this type, the majority of the electronics sit on top of the ear and a little bit behind. But the part that goes in the ear contains the receiver or speaker of the hearing aid, and then it plugs into the piece that goes behind the ear. This has become very popular because very little is required to fit inside the ear, making the ear feel natural and light and comfortable. A receiver in the ear hearing aid can often be fit in such a way where the ear remains very open. And that's another term that you will hear with regard to current hearing aids, is an open ear fit. But that's very popular because even those with very mild losses can now wear a hearing aid without feeling occluded or plugged up. There are advantages and disadvantages to all types and sizes of hearing aids, and we'll save the discussion of those advantages and disadvantages to yet another video. Thanks again for watching, and remember, at Hearing Aid Solutions, you can always count on honest answers, reliable service, and affordable prices.